Hey folks, and welcome back to the Kentucky Hot Wheels video series. In this video, I'm going to be doing something that I've actually done before. If you go back and look at some of my previous videos, you'll see that when I had my 2020 Jeep Gladiator Overland, I put a stubby bumper on it. The only difference this time is that this is an OEM stubby bumper, skid plate, and light bar, whereas before I used the cheaper aftermarket Chinese one off Amazon. I think it was around $400 when I got it. I can't remember, and it worked fine. You know, cosmetically it looked just like the OEM bumper, no big difference, but the build quality just wasn't as good as the OEM bumper. It was a lot lighter. But again, I was using it just for cosmetics, and it worked out just fine. So anyhow, with my 2023 Gladiator Rubicon, it came with the plastic front bumper, but it came with the metal rear bumper, and I don't understand that. But anyhow, I want to replace the plastic bumper with the stubby steel bumper, and I decided to go ahead and go with the OEM parts this time. Now, with the aftermarket one I used before, I did have the OEM skid plate, and it, you know, connected just fine, lined up just fine and everything. But again, you know, quality-wise, the OEM bumper is a lot better, and I think worth paying the extra money to get. Now, I ordered these a few weeks ago. It was actually on back order, I guess due to the strike, and I had to wait a couple weeks to get it, and they just came today. Unfortunately, the weather is not working very well for me right now, so I'm gonna have to wait till we have some decent weather to install it. I did parts you need for this. You don't have to have the light bar, of course, but if you're going with the stubby bumper, of course you have to get the bumper. It comes with the tow hooks, the LED fog lights, and you'll need the skid plate specifically for the stubby bumper. Now, I've got the Rubicon skid plate on mine right now, but it's different with the plastic bumper than it is with the stubby bumper. So it has to be replaced too. You'll also need, if you're going with just the stubby and not the end caps, you'll need to order this screw set that fills in the holes that would ordinarily be covered with the end caps, which again I'm not using. And I'm not for sure if I have to replace the brackets on my Gladiator for the skid plate, since I do have the Rubicon skid plate on it already. I'm not sure if I have to replace these brackets or not, but I went ahead and ordered them, so I'll have them just in case. And then whether I do or don't, I'll sell the ones that's on it with the bumper that's on it right now. Fortunately, I kept my oh, I can't remember, I think these are called closeout panels off my previous Gladiator when I put a winch on. So you'll need to change this, again, I think it's called a closeout panel. You'll have to replace it as well, because the one that's on it now is a little different in the front. It comes up to meet the bumper where this one doesn't. So you'll need to replace that as well. But that should be everything to do what I want to do. And then maybe later I'll order the winch plate and put another winch in this. Now, here's my only complaint. I ordered these online from a website that's called allmoparparts.com. The thing is, I've ordered from them before and been very happy. They kept in touch with me, told me about being back ordered and all that good stuff. But when these were shipped to me, this bumper, which is heavy, skid plate, which is heavy, was shipped in a plastic cover and just put in a box. That's it. Just like this light bar is. Got a plastic cover and put in a box. Now, I'm pretty sure these shipped from upstate New York, and I'm in northeastern Kentucky, of course, and the wear, it's not horrible, but like this tow hook is scratched on top, this is scratched up, the skid plate had rubbed through the plastic in the box during shipping and scuffed the paint on the edge. I've actually already painted it back. I have the paint to match. No huge deal. I mean, they're gonna get scratched anyhow. But my point is this: when I ordered that cheap aftermarket bumper off Amazon a few years ago, it was packaged 100 times better than this stuff. And people who's gonna pay the premium price for OEM parts, they need to rethink this and package these a lot better. Now, I don't know if it's the allmoparparts.com responsibility, or it just came from the manufacturer that way and they act as the middleman. I don't know. But again, if this had to have gone any further, it would have been destroyed. The box was in that bad a shape. Now, I know that UPS, who delivered it, is, you know, partially responsible, but they don't care. They're just going to throw boxes around to get them where they need to go. But had this been packaged better, there'd been no issues whatsoever. So I wrote them and told them that, you know, I'm not returning them. I can live with the way they came, but somebody who's a little pickier probably couldn't, or they'd been a whole lot more pissed off than I was. But it is what it is, and I'll let you know if they respond and get back with me. So anyhow, we've got some nasty days coming up, some snow this weekend, maybe. So I don't know when I'm gonna get to installing this. I hope it's sooner than later. It drives me crazy not to have this bumper on. It looks so much better than the bumper that came with it. But when I get to that point to install it, I'll bring you guys back. And I won't go into great detail because I've already done this before and I already have a video on how to do it. This one may even go on a little quicker than the aftermarket one. I'm not sure, we'll see. But when I'm ready to continue, I'll bring you guys back and we'll get this thing installed. I'll talk to you all later. Oh, and if you have any questions, or, you know, feel free to leave a comment and I will certainly answer. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys later. Hey folks, so we got a little break in the weather. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and maybe swap this bumper out this afternoon. I'm gonna start with the closeout panel. It's got some push rivets here, one there, and a few up here. I'll go ahead and get the closeout panel out, disconnect the power for the fog lights, and then remove the skid plate. So I'll go ahead and get the closeout panel out, and I'll bring you guys back in just a second. Okay, as you can see, I've got the closeout panel removed and the push rivets. I'll keep everything together so I can bag it up. And like I said, I'll probably end up selling this stuff. I've also got the power disconnected for the fog lights. So next, I'll go ahead and remove the skid plate, and then I should be able to take the 8 nuts off to remove the bumper. Okay, I'll bring you guys back in just a bit. Okay, so now I got the skid plate off. There's the 4 bolts that was holding it on. Now that gives me access to the 8 nuts that hold the bumper on. So those are gonna take a little longer to get out. I'll grab my sockets and go ahead and get started, and I'll bring you guys back when I'm ready, or when I'm done. All right, as you can see, I've got the new stubby in place. I don't have it bolted down yet. It's just sitting there, but I really like the way this looks, so much more than the plastic bumper. I'm gonna go ahead and get this mounted up. Go ahead. I don't think I want to have to use the brackets that I got for the skid plate. I think the ones that are on it will work. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the nuts back on this, get it secured. I'll put in the closeout panel and get the skid plate put back on, and I'll bring you guys back in just a bit. Here's everything that came off. Like I said, here's the new brackets that I got for the skid plate, but I don't think I'm going to have to use them. So I'll sell them with this bumper and skid plate and closeout panel. Okay, I'll bring you guys back in just a bit. Alright, so as you can see, new bumpers on, a grill guard, or light bar, whatever you want to call it, and the new skid plate. I was right, I didn't have to use the brackets that I ordered. The ones that was on it worked just fine. So I'll sell these with that one. Somebody else can use it. Whole process by myself, about 2.5 hours. I wasn't in no rush. My wife did come out and help lift this one into place and everything. But you know, if you just take your time, you have the right tools, it's not that hard, and it doesn't take that long. Just one thing, make sure this is, you know, the closeout panel that I had. Just make sure you plug your fog lights back in. But that's it. Mission accomplished. I like this bumper a whole lot better. So anyhow, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys have any questions or anything, just leave me a comment and I'll be sure to answer them. Until next time, I'll talk to you all later.